Pig travels.
In the living room of the Pig family's house, where the sun shines through the window and the sound of birds creates a peaceful atmosphere, Mommy Pig is in the bedroom, folding clothes and packing her suitcase, while Daddy Pig is in the living room, reading his newspaper on the couch. Peppa and George are spread out on the floor, playing with their toys and talking excitedly. Peppa says,
Mommy, why are you packing a suitcase? Going somewhere fun?
Mommy Pig smiles as she folds another piece of clothing. And he says,
No, honey, this time it's for work. I need to go to a very important meeting in another city. I'll be gone for 2 days.
Peppa leaves her toys and runs to her suitcase, starting to take out the clothes inside with determination.
But Mommy, you can't go. How will I be if I need help?
Peppa will be traveling for work. I need this meeting for the next project.
George, holding Mr. Dinosaur, looks at Peppa and then at Mummy Pig in confusion. And he says,
Don't go, Mommy.
Mommy Pig kneels down, pulling both of her children into a cozy hug. And he says,
I know it's hard to imagine being without me, but Daddy Pig will be here to take care of everything. I promise to call every day to see how they are doing.
But it's not the same. Daddy Pig doesn't make my pancakes like you. Mom's pancakes.
Daddy Pig enters the room to help Mummy Pig with her bags, trying to look confident, but his expression reveals slight concern.
That's right. I am very good at taking care of the house and children. Isn't it, Peppa? My pancakes are only lightly toasted.
Peppa puts her hands on her hips, looking at Daddy Pig suspiciously, and Peppa says,
Well, maybe. But what if Daddy Pig doesn't know what to do?
Mummy Pig holds Peppa and George's hands, smiling, and it says,
Daddy Pig will do great, and you two are great helpers too. I know you will be able to overcome any challenge together.
Although they don't agree much, George and Peppa accept and get ready to go to school to learn new knowledge today. At school, Peppa and George are about to learn from Madame Gazelle, who is at the front of the class holding a science-themed board, and organizes presentations of the work on the subject, which consists of creating an experience to show to all colleagues.
Remember, kids, tomorrow we start putting together our science projects. I want to see creativity and teamwork. Don't forget to ask your parents for help.
Peppa raises her hand excitedly, and he says,
I already know what I'm going to do. A volcano that erupts, like in the movies.
Excellent choice, Peppa. You can ask family for help to make it even more special.
At home, Mommy Pig closes the last suitcase and puts it next to the door. Daddy Pig is at your side helping.
Everything's going to be okay, Daddy Pig. Remember, together we are stronger.
Daddy Pig said,
I'm not that clumsy. I'll take good care of the children, and you can take the opportunity to present your new book.
Of course it's not, but be careful with pancakes.
Mommy Pig wasn't waiting any longer. Peppa and George came home from school early to surprise Mommy Pig. Daddy Pig knew everything.
Surprise! We came early to say goodbye to the lady. Mama Dinosaur.
Clumsy Daddy Pig. Then it was time for Mummy Pig to leave. Waving to Daddy Pig, Peppa and George, who, although sad, tried to cheer themselves up. The next morning, Peppa wakes up determined to start her science project. She runs into the kitchen, where Daddy Pig is making pancakes for breakfast. And then Daddy Pig said,
Okay, everyone, who wants to make pancakes to start this adventure off on the right foot?
Daddy, today I'm going to build an amazing volcano for my science project. Can you help me?
Daddy Pig, with a burnt pancake in the pan, smiles nervously.
Of course you do, Peppa. How do we really make a volcano?
First, we need paper, glue, and brown paint. Then we put baking soda and vinegar on the rash.
George, curious, raises his hand holding Mr. Dinosaur. And he says,
Dinosaurs help? You can help decorate the volcano, George.
As Daddy Pig tries to organize the materials, confusion begins. He drops the glue on the table, paints his nose brown by accident, and when trying to mix the vinegar and baking soda, makes everything splash.
Oh dear! This is harder than it seems. Mom would do much better to help with this project, but I'll do my best.
Peppa, trying to hold back her laughter, and speaks sincerely to Daddy Pig.
I think we need more help. or the work will be bad and I won't get a good grade. Daddy Pig! And then I'll be an embarrassment in the class.
Peppa decides to call Mummy Pig, who is at her hotel after a long day of meetings. Well, you miss me.
Hello, Peppa. How are things at home?
Dad is trying to help me, but he painted his nose brown.
Mommy Pig laughing at the unexpected on the other end of the line.
Don't worry, you're doing great. Work together and remember that the important thing is to have fun learning.
While Peppa talks to Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig overhears their conversation and decides to try harder. The next day, Peppa takes her unfinished volcano to school. Madame Gazella notices Peppa's concern and decides to help.
Peppa, don't worry. Projects do not need to be perfect, but rather done with dedication.
Thank you for your encouragement, Madame Gazelle. But I want the volcano to work perfectly so I can show it to all my colleagues.
Madame Gazella offers to help Peppa paint and assemble the volcano during recess, seeing that she is having difficulties.
Let's make this incredible volcano. We can use glitter to make the stones shine.
I loved the idea. It will look really brilliant, Madame Gazella.
Peppa begins to realize that support is important, especially from Mommy Pig. Meanwhile, Daddy Pig, at home, tries to fix the volcano decoration, but realizes he needs to put a piece on top of a shelf. He hesitates, remembering his fear of heights.
Take heart, Daddy Pig. If Peppa can face challenges, so can I.
Carefully, he climbs onto the stool and manages to place the piece in place. When Peppa returns from school, Daddy Pig shows her the finished volcano, and she says,
Daddy, you did it! It was incredible! It was teamwork. Even George helped.
Thank you, Peppa and George. Always make the necessary efforts to achieve all results. I love helping my children.
George rocks Mr. Dinosaur and smiles. Presentation of the volcano. At school, Peppa proudly presents the volcano, explaining how all her family and friends helped with the project.
I learned that with the help of others, everything becomes easier and more fun.
Madame Gazella claps, as do Peppa's colleagues. The classroom is full of excitement as science projects are presented. The children eagerly await their turn, and Peppa watches everything with wide eyes, feeling the weight of responsibility. Danny Dog enthusiastically displays a bridge built from colorful blocks, explaining how it can support weight without collapsing. Susie the sheep enchants everyone with her rainbow of colored lights, designed with lanterns and prisms. Peppa looks at the volcano in her hands and feels her heart sink. The project isn't perfect, and she remembers how Mommy Pig always helped her in situations like this. When Madame Gazella announces Peppa's name, the little girl hesitates and speaks softly.
If the volcano doesn't work, can everyone laugh at work?
She slowly walks to the front of the room, holding the volcano carefully. Dad, Pig, and George, sitting at the back of the room like special guests, wave with encouraging smiles. George shakes Mr. Dinosaur, as if to say everything will be okay. Madame Gazella notices Peppa's nervousness and approaches with a gentle smile.
Remember, Peppa, the important thing is not to be perfect. It's about learning and having fun in the process.
The teacher's words bring a little comfort. Inspired, Peppa takes a deep breath and begins her presentation.
My volcano was made with the help of Daddy Pig, George, and Madame Gazelle. At first, I was worried because my mom couldn't help me. But I realized that many people who love me were by my side.
She goes on to explain the materials used in the project, talking about mixing baking soda and vinegar to create the rash. Colleagues listen attentively, curious to see what will happen next. Peppa puts the ingredients in the volcano and, to her delight, the eruption happens. The volcano's colors pop thanks to the glitter Susie added. The effect surprises everyone in the room. Madame Gazella leads the applause and Peppa smiles for the first time during the performance.
Excellent work, Peppa. You showed a lot of creativity and teamwork.
The special surprise. As Peppa returns to her seat, Daddy Pig and George come over to congratulate her. At that moment, Mummy Pig appears unexpectedly at the school. And he says,
Surprise! I'm so proud of you, Peppa. You faced the challenge with courage and counted on the help of those who were by your side.
Peppa, thrilled, responds with joy.
Thank you, Mom. I learned that with the help of my family and friends, I can overcome any challenge.
Furthermore, You used your creativity to overcome challenges and overcome obstacles along the way.
Daddy Pig and George come over and hug Peppa and are very happy to contribute to the project. And he said,
I tried my best to help Peppa, but with Mommy Pig, everything would have been easier. She's better at handling big projects.
Dinosaur project.
That's right, George.
Peppa's dilemma is resolved when she realizes that support comes not only from her mother, but also from her father, brother, and friends. And everyone's celebrating the success of the project together, reinforcing the lesson that teamwork, trust, and courage are essential to overcoming challenges. After Peppa's performance, the classroom vibrates with applause and excitement. The children share the experiences of creating their projects with each other, and Peppa feels great pride not only that the volcano worked, but also for being able to face the challenge with courage and help from others. Madame Gazella asks the class for their attention to end the activity with a reflection. And he says,
Today, you all did a wonderful job. What made me most happy was not the projects themselves, but how they worked together and supported each other. That's what makes everything more special.
The disaster. As they walk home, Peppa comments excitedly, and Mummy Pig is eager to show off the gifts she brought to the children. And he talks about his meeting and that his new project will soon be able to help other people. Curious Daddy Pig asks,
Tell us how it went at the meeting, dear.
It was wonderful. They loved my book, and it will soon be released. I even want to celebrate with you. How about we go to our favorite restaurant?
Yay! I'll be able to eat those sweets, Mommy. And were Grandpa and Grandma Pig there too?
Yes, Peppa, the whole family.
We can take the opportunity to jump some puddles in celebration. What do you think, children? I think there's one right there.
The family enjoys jumping in puddles in the backyard and having fun.
Fun!
An excellent idea. Everything is always more fun with family.
How cool is that?
Peppa says,
Mommy Pig will be very proud of us. Even with her far away, we managed to do everything right.
After enjoying themselves a lot, the family decides to clean up and go home. George shakes his head, holding Mr. Dinosaur, while Daddy Pig carries the volcano carefully. With pride, Daddy Pig says,
This shows that when we work together, no matter how difficult it is, we always find a solution.
Arriving home, the family finds Mummy Pig's gift bags. She brought many to the joy of the family who can't wait to open them all. Peppa soon cheers up, and it says,
What's in the bags, Mommy Pig?
They are gifts for you. In the city where I went, there was a fair with many interesting products, from sweets to books.
Eba, presents?
I'm so proud of you, and so I can't wait to see your reactions to the gifts.
Peppa, with eyes shining with happiness, responds,
Thank you, Mom. I learned that we can always count on our family and friends, even when things seem difficult.
Daddy Pig tries to place the volcano on the table to show Mummy Pig, but ends up tripping and spilling glitter all over the room.
Oh dear, it looks like we've created a new natural disaster here at home.
Everyone laughs at the situation, including Mummy Pig, who ends up getting all dirty. Peppa and George start dancing amidst the scattered glitter, turning the accident into fun.
Our family support is like a volcano. Strong, full of energy, and full of surprises.
No matter the distance or the challenges, the support of the people we love gives us strength to face any difficulty. Working as a team, trusting those who are by our side, and valuing small achievements are essential to overcoming obstacles. Peppa looks at George and Daddy Pig and says,
I think we learned something very important. Together, we are stronger. Dinosaur.
And Daddy Pig is going to clean up the mess he just made in the living room. Peppa gets coloring books, and George gets a dinosaur hat while Dad gets a delicious jar of his favorite candy. If you enjoy Peppa's incredible universe, you know you're in the right place. So, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next videos, okay? We're leaving 2 really cool videos for you to explore a little more of Peppa's world with us. Until later.